What your sexual fantasies say about you. You know, folks, we spend a lot of time in our heads. And what goes on up there? Well, sometimes it's pretty interesting. Today, we're diving into a topic that makes some people squirm in their seats: sexual fantasies. Now, before you click away thinking this is all just about sex, let me tell you, it's not. It's about understanding yourself better. Our fantasies, even the ones we keep hidden away, can reveal a lot about our desires, our fears, and our unmet needs. So, if you're ready to learn something new about yourself, stick around. We're going to break down some common fantasy themes and what they might mean. Remember, this isn't about judgment, it's about insight. We're going to start with a big one: power and control. This is a topic that resonates deeply with many people, often in ways they might not even realize. Now, when we talk about these fantasies, we're talking about scenarios where someone desires to be in charge, to dominate, or to have authority in a sexual situation. It's about the thrill of being the one who calls the shots, the one who holds the reins. Now, this doesn't mean someone who fantasizes about being tied up wants to actually be tied up in real life. It's more about the psychological aspect, the feeling of surrendering control or taking it. It's not about a literal translation, it's about understanding the underlying desire. The fantasy serves as a metaphor for deeper emotional needs and experiences. Think about it. Do you ever feel powerless in your everyday life? Maybe you feel like you're constantly at the mercy of others' decisions or circumstances beyond your control. Maybe at work, in a relationship, or just in general. These feelings of powerlessness can be pervasive and affect many areas of your life. These fantasies could be a way of reclaiming that power, of feeling in control, even if it's just in your own mind. It's a mental escape, a way to balance the scales. It's about feeling strong and capable, even if your reality doesn't always allow for that. In these fantasies, you can be the hero of your own story, the one who overcomes obstacles and emerges victorious. And let's be honest, there's a certain allure to being in charge, to having someone completely at your mercy. It's a seductive idea, one that taps into our deepest desires for control and influence. It's about exploring those desires in a safe space, without judgment. Fantasies provide a playground for our minds, a place where we can experiment with different roles and scenarios. But remember, fantasies are just that, fantasies. They are a way to explore our inner worlds without the constraints of reality. They are not a reflection of your morality or your worth. They don't define who you are as a person. They are simply a part of your complex psychological makeup. They're just a glimpse into your inner world, a way to understand yourself better and to see what lies beneath the surface. Now, this is a complex topic, and we're just scratching the surface here. There's so much more to explore and understand about power and control fantasies. But the important thing is to be honest with yourself about what you're drawn to and what it might be telling you. Self-awareness is the first step towards personal growth. Don't be afraid to explore those desires, to understand where they come from. It's a journey of self-discovery, one that can lead to greater self-acceptance and empowerment. Because the more you understand yourself, the more empowered you become to create a life you truly desire. Embrace your fantasies, learn from them, and let them guide you towards a deeper understanding of who you are. Okay, so we've talked about power and control, but what about the flip side? What about the other side of the coin? What about those fantasies where someone desires to surrender control, to be taken care of, to submit? These are often overlooked but are just as significant. These fantasies are often misunderstood, seen as weak or passive. But there's more to them than meets the eye. The truth is, they can be incredibly empowering in their own right. They offer a different kind of strength. Think about it. To truly surrender control, to trust someone else completely, takes immense strength and vulnerability. It's not easy to let go. It's about letting go of the reins, of allowing yourself to be vulnerable and cared for. It's a form of trust and intimacy. In a world that often demands us to be strong and self-sufficient, these fantasies offer a sense of release, a chance to let someone else take the lead. It's a break from the constant pressure. Now, this doesn't mean you want to be walked all over in real life. It's not about losing your sense of self. It's not about being a doormat. It's about finding balance and exploring different dynamics. It's about exploring the desire to be taken care of, to be cherished and protected. It's about feeling valued and safe. Maybe you're the one who always takes care of everyone else, and these fantasies offer a chance to be on the receiving end for once. It's a way to recharge. Or maybe you crave a deeper sense of connection, a feeling of being completely known and accepted. It's about emotional intimacy. Whatever the reason, these fantasies are nothing to be ashamed of. They are a part of who we are. They're a natural part of the human experience, a way of exploring different aspects of our desires and needs. Embrace them, understand them, and let them be a part of your journey. Chapter 3. Voyeurism Fantasies. Let's talk about a fantasy theme that often gets people talking: voyeurism. This is a topic that can be both intriguing and controversial, sparking a wide range of emotions and opinions. Now, when we talk about voyeurism in this context, we're not talking about anything illegal or harmful. It's important to make that distinction right from the start. We're talking about the fantasy of observing others in intimate situations. This is a common theme in many people's imaginations. This could be anything from watching a couple kiss on a park bench to fantasizing about being a fly on the wall in a stranger's bedroom. The scenarios can vary widely. It's about the thrill of the unknown, the excitement of witnessing something private and personal. There's a certain allure to seeing moments that are usually hidden from public view. Now, why are we drawn to these kinds of fantasies? What is it about voyeurism that captivates our imagination? Well, for some, it's about curiosity. We're naturally curious beings, always wanting to know more about the world around us. We're social creatures, hardwired to be interested in the lives of others. This curiosity extends to how others live, love, and interact in private moments. Seeing how other people behave, especially in intimate settings, can be a way of learning about different relationship dynamics, different ways of expressing desire. It can offer insights into human behavior. For others, it might be about the excitement of the forbidden. There's a certain thrill that comes with knowing you're seeing something you're not supposed to see. There's a certain thrill that comes with knowing you're seeing something you're not supposed to see. This element of the forbidden can heighten the excitement. But it's important to remember that real people are not characters in our fantasies. They have their own lives, feelings, and boundaries. It's crucial to respect boundaries and to engage with these fantasies in a way that is safe and consensual. Always remember that consent and respect are paramount. Chapter 4. Exhibitionism Fantasies. Now, let's flip the script and talk about the opposite of voyeurism exhibitionism. These are fantasies about being watched, about revealing yourself to others. And no, I'm not just talking about flashing someone on the street. This could be anything from fantasizing about being admired for your body to wanting to share intimate moments with a partner in a public place. It's about the desire to be seen, to be desired, to be the center of attention. And you know what? That's perfectly normal. We all crave validation and attention to some degree. It's a basic human need. And for some, these fantasies offer a safe and exciting way to explore those desires. Maybe you were raised in a family where expressing yourself was discouraged, and these fantasies allow you to break free from those constraints. Or maybe you simply enjoy the feeling of being desired, of knowing that you have the power to turn someone on. Whatever the reason, there's no shame in exploring these fantasies as long as you're doing so in a way that feels safe and consensual for everyone involved. Chapter 5. Role-playing Fantasies. Now, let's talk about a fantasy theme that's all about imagination and creativity: role-playing. These are fantasies where you and your partner or partners take on different personas, different characters, different scenarios. This could be anything from pretending to be strangers who meet at a bar to acting out a scene from your favorite movie. The possibilities are truly endless. So, what's the appeal of role-playing? Well, for one, it allows you to step outside of your everyday life and into a world of pure fantasy. It's a chance to explore different sides of yourself, to try on different identities, and to experience things you might not otherwise have the opportunity to. It can also be a way to spice things up in the bedroom, to add an element of excitement and novelty to your sex life. And let's be honest, a little bit of fantasy can go a long way in keeping things interesting, but more than anything, role-playing is about connection. It's about creating a shared experience with your partner, one that's built on trust, communication, and a willingness to let go and have fun. What do your fantasies tell you? Well, folks, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about power, submission, voyeurism, exhibitionism, and role-playing, just to name a few. And you know what I've learned over the years? Our fantasies are as diverse and unique as we are. There's no right or wrong, no good or bad when it comes to what gets us going behind closed doors. The important thing is that we approach these desires with honesty, respect, and a healthy dose of self-awareness. So, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on all of this? Have you ever explored your own fantasies? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going.